Hi, this is the help video for Access Chapter 10, Problem Solve 1. We're picking up on Step 7, but before we begin, I did want to just size these and align them. So this is already at the 0.25. So I want to take these two labels and align them left. Oh, sorry, I gotta pick this also. And then we're going to do align left. It's going to move them to the 0.25. The other thing I think I want to do is I have mine pretty far down. I'm going to bring these up, and then these two also can just be a little, sorry, these need to move here over. We're going to just move those left, and then they're going to get all wonky. So I'm going to select these two and align to top. I'm going to select these two, align to top, whatever that is going to be. And then I'm going to make these the edge right there, so they're about the same size as the ending. Or I could take this and make it up a little bit. Actually, I think I want to make all of these a little bit bigger. Let's bring those out to about 4.5. So not bad. We're going to do this align left. Or we could do it this way. We could do these three and do align right. And it'll just... Then I'm going to select all of these and space equal vertical. And then just kind of take a look at it. I kind of like that white space. So I think we're pretty good. All right, so if we look at number 7, expand the details section, which I already have mine up, but if you don't, you need to get some room. We're going to put some buttons on here. Add a button to the form below the ending grade label to run query by grade. Okay, so we're going to start in design. We're going to put a button control, and we're just going to put it in here. Remember, we don't have to worry about it being placed right now. To run query by grade. So remember, running queries are down here in miscellaneous. Run query, next. We only have the one, so that's it. Our text is going to be view grades, next. And then the name of this button is CMD QRY grade, finish. So we're done with step 7. Step 8, add a second button. All right, second button. To the right of the first button to open the report students by grade. So that's report operations. We're going to open a report, student by grade. It's going to be view grade report. Next, and the button is CMD RPT grade, finish. Done with 8. Add a third button to close the form. Okay, button, click, button, click. Form operation, close a form. Next, I think close form is good. Next, and then CMD close form, finish. We're going to align the buttons by their top edge. So first, what I'm going to do is size them. I always like to size first. So if we go into arrange, size to widest, then I can start to align top, and then space equal horizontal. So that looks pretty good. The only thing I might want to do is take the whole bunch and just move it up a little bit. And all I'm doing there is using my up arrow key on my keyboard. It's just a little bit easier than using the mouse. We're going to save this form. And, ooh, I forgot to name it. What is the name of this form? I forgot it way up here. Called FRM Students by Grade. Okay. And I don't really need a form footer in here, so I'm going to do that and then just resave it. So we can save and close the form. And we are done with step 9. And we're on to 10. Modify grade by query. So the query uses the parameters from the student grade. Okay, so we're going to open up our query by grade in design view. And then right here where we have this between, we know we have to change that to, instead of having this parameter here, we're going to go pull the, actually I want to do build. So instead of doing the parameter, I still want to do between, but I want to go and grab in our database, in our forms, the form students by grade, and then the start grade is txt starting grade, and txt ending grade. So all we did is we changed the parameter to pull this loaded information that's in memory. Okay, save, and let's see. We're done with 10 then. So we're going to save it and close it. So after you get all this, the front end done, then you always got to go back to that query and modify that parameter or modify the criteria to include the variable that's in memory, that memory location that you've named with that object. All right, let's go ahead and modify student, report student, so the grade parameters entered are shown in the header. Okay, that's always good. So let's go to our report in design, and then what we want to do is add some over here in the right somewhere. Let's see, label left edge, line the left edge up at the 4.5. Okay, so the label's going to be about here. So let's go ahead and just start it, and we'll worry about where it is later. So we need to add in a control, and that control is the text box. So I'm going to go controls, text box, and don't worry about where you're putting it, just plop it in there somewhere. So the label, right, which you're going to put in the caption instead of whatever it says, mine says text 20, I'm going to put starting grade, and then the unbound control, I'm going to call that, let's see, starting grade, and then in the control source I'm going to use the build, and we're going to go do the same thing. Our database, forms, all forms, student by grade, txt starting grade. Okay, so this is going to pull whatever was entered in that form. Then we're going to put another one, okay, hold on. Let's finish this up. We didn't do. Change the label to starting grade. We did that. Line up the left edge. So right here, we're going to just use I'm using my arrow key. And I can check here, 4.5 is the edge. See how I have the orange? We want the label to be at the 4.5. Okay, change the control source so the grade entered displays on the text box. We did that. So let's do 12, which is the same thing, right? We're going to come in here and we're going to put a control that's a text box. We're just going to pop it in. The label itself is going to say ending grade. The unbound control name is going to be ending grade, no space. And then we're going to do the control source for the text box. Same thing, database, forms, all forms, load the grade, txt ending grade, close. Okay, select the title, starting to, okay, so then the other thing we want to do is that the label is at the 7-inch. So I'm going to click on the label and I'm going to just put a 7 in there. Close up my properties. And then I am going to align these. Let's see. Select the title, starting grade, label, and text box, and the ending grade label, and align to their bottom edges. Okay. So I'm going to expand this a little bit here. So I'm going to select all of these. Boom. And then, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to move this up a little bit. So the thing that's at the lowest is the label. So I can select all these and do align, arrange, align, bottom. Then the other thing that I would like to do here is just size, equal horizontal, and then maybe decrease. Oh no, this was supposed to be at 7, right? So, and this was supposed to be, let me make sure I didn't mess that up. 4.5 and 7, so I'm good. Okay, I'm going to save this report. And let's see where we're at. Add, save. Okay, so save and close. The only thing we have left to do is to test. So remember, we have to run the form to get the dates. So we'll say 9 to 12, view grades. So that's the query. Close that. View report. There's my report. Here's the labels up at the top. Like, I would get rid of those boxes, but they don't have us do that. So I can close that. My close report all works. So we are done with that. We have one more thing, and that's mailing labels. Select mailing labels for all students. So let's go on table student, create labels. We want Avery C2160. Next, Times New Roman. 11 normal. Okay, next we want first name space last name, enter. Address, enter. City, comma, space, state, space, zip code. Next, we're going to sort it by student last name, and we're going to call this RPT labels. Finish, and there they are in alphabetic order across. So we can close that up. We're done with 13, and you are done. You can submit this for grade. Thank you very much.